It's the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
I'm so close to being burn in hell forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to I'm your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies, and I am joined by, really, the original crew, the original clique, the original clan. First and foremost, a man who once again almost started an entire new life for himself in Aruba, selling seashells down by the seashore. But he said, no, the Wi-Fi here isn't very good. I need to go back to the mainland so I can co-host the show with PK and Larry. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Take Brian, the merch guy.
What's up, fellow freaks? Welcome to the shit show.
What kind of straw is that?
It's a chamoy straw. We've discussed this already. You don't know what it is.
I forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, also, our co-host, looking as dapper as ever, the BBC of independent wrestling, the most well-dressed man in all of wrestling. The reason why we don't say BBC in all of wrestling, just indie, because we're sure that he has a bigger cock than everyone on the indies, but we're not sure that he has the biggest cock in all of wrestling. Top 5, though. CZW Hall of Famer, Showdown winner, my wrestling father and yours, Larry the fucking
Hey, I just want to say, as always, Patrick, thank you, my son. Thank you for always, just tickling my taint. Just tickling my taint a little bit with that intro. And I just want to let you know, for any of you that know, I did post some new content on OnlyFans. And it is so fucking hot.
So what, your cock's out? Your cock is just out. Can we see your cock on OnlyFans? Let me ask you this, because this is a huge thing. If we pay the monthly on OnlyFans, once you post a cock photo, do we have to pay another $10, $20?
It is my understanding, and Gins, correcting me if I'm wrong.
Why would he know?
If you pay the monthly, you then get access to anything that I've published since 2020. Since 2020 when I first started it. So go ahead and pay the $8.99. You'll see what I posted this month. You'll see what I posted 3 months ago. You'll see it all.
I mean, if I was paying $8.99 to get your entire archive, I would want at least 4 really good cock pics. And let me tell you this. I don't want you just fully hard. I want you like half hard. I want to see that meat.
Flaccid meat.
Oh, well, give it a little fluff.
Half chub.
Yeah, I don't want to see fully in from a jog like flaccid, but I want to see hanging, swinging meat as well as hard Snickers cock.
I encourage everyone to search me and look at everything. There's plenty I used to host or co-host a show called All Holes Filled. There is plenty, but I just posted something that is so hot. It's like the hottest thing I've ever
Salacious.
I'm sweating, and
Make
I ain't even
yourself
popping
sweat.
Molly.
It is extremely hot. How's the weather in Baltimore, Bmore, Larry? Are you sweating and dying like we are here in
Look at
Queens?
me. I am. Plus, I have the light on, and plus, I have my hot cat Mariah. Y'all remember my gray cat, the cat Martini, named Mariah? She's up here, and she's always ready to fuck.
Now, I guess I'm going to just go with the natural flow. You mentioned All Holes Filled. You mentioned Cat Martini naming your cats. I remember years ago when we had Cat Martini as a interview on this show. You remember we promoted it. We got everybody's childhood photos. And we promoted it as a family-friendly episode. But yet, because it was Cat Martini, it instantly, that was the irony of it. It instantly sunk below sea level. And the girlfriend that I had at the time said, she thinks I'm a disgusting mess. I think I'm a disgusting piece of garbage.
Don't even mention her name.
Oh,
But
well, I'm not going to.
I destroyed my studio, Pat, when you were
killed
crying. You were
No, that's not true. Actually,
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, no,
yes, you were, Pat.
quick correction. The woman that I fell in love with after the woman that shall not be named is the one that made me sad enough to call you.
And
That's the one that you destroyed your studio. You didn't destroy your studio over the uptight one.
There's so many. There's so many.
I don't even remember their names.
Yeah.
I
you know
do.
which one
Should
I
I
like the
name
most?
them?
The one I like the
them?
most. Yeah, the one with the big butt. You know the fucking, the
Well,
Barbie.
that's not even that's apples and oranges, Larry. That's apples and basketball butts.
Should have married her. Should have married that one.
Well,
There was great fuck energy.
and she was the first one to tell me that the No Ring Man was an empty, hollow shell of a soul, and that he should not be trusted, and he's not. And she said, "Hey, I'm happy to hang back and chill with you. Thank you for bringing me around. Thank you for inviting me. But just as an onlooker, I just want to let you know that that guy right there ain't about you like you about him." And I said, You're crazy. You're a crazy bitch. How dare you? How dare you?
Brian,
Yes.
great shirt.
Thank you. I was there.
Yo, I hope to one day be so old that my bitch is like, Larry, we need to get a little bit more money out of you before you die.
Sit in this chair and play your show.
And just sit in this chair and be like, oh, everybody.
Did you know all the money went to charity? It was a charity event. No one got money. I'm sure the artists, maybe no one got paid. I think it might have just been for charity, Larry. And that whole event
I hate
That's
that.
even better.
Yeah, a tax write-off.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Laundered it.
It sounded
Make-A-Wish.
terrible. They didn't sound good. It sounded like 900-year-old men playing Black Sabbath, but it was very emotional to see.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Ozzy Osbourne played his final show as a living human being.
Prince of fucking Darkness.
Yo, we were talking. I mentioned this to Brian off stream. Did you see Kelly Osbourne used every dollar at her disposal, exhausted any and all resources to become super hot?
She married Sid Wilson from Slipknot.
And Sid Wilson, and by the way, I don't know if I like this move. At Ozzy's last show, he proposed to her. I think that's like a Tool move. Because it's not about, why would you connect your proposal so closely to, her dad's shit? You know? And like why not say, "Hey, after this big show, we're going to go on a nice vacation," and then boom, hit it. You do it backstage at the thing. Oh, it's kind of performative. That's kind of lame. That's kind of new metal.
Well, they're the new metal lords.
Well, Ozzy shut him down as soon as he started. He was like, "You're not fucking marrying my daughter. Fuck off." Like, did y'all see that? He was like, "You're not marrying my fucking daughter. Fuck off," which was great.
I'm lucky
weird.
enough
to do it there.
I've gotten to see Black Sabbath when they were 60 years old, so they played
20
way
years
better.
ago. You saw
20 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're right up there with Kevin Gill, dude.
Is there any wrestler that comes out to "I'm not the kind of person you"? I feel like an NYWC guy used to come out to that, Pat. Didn't an NYWC guy?
I'm sure.
R.I.P. Nuke. Brian. I mean, Pat. R.I.P. Nuke.
Oh, I've announced him. I've announced him for a battle royal.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Perished?
Paris passed
R.I.P.
away. R.I.P.
Nuke.
The Nuke.
How old was he?
4T.
6.
Young.
46.
He was
That's
like
still,
24,
that's still young
dude.
as fuck.
Yeah, rest in peace. Love you, live for you. An NYC family graduate. I saw that
Definitely Slipknot. Definitely
Mike
Slipknot.
Norman, who I have great respect for, immediately posted on his Facebook that he got a fallout shelter, like a fallout. You know what I'm talking about. The 3 yellow. Yeah, he got one of them for. And I was like, man, Mike Norman, I fuck with you so heavily. You know who I'm talking about, right, Larry?
Yeah.
Brian, what year and what city did you see them in Ozfest?
I saw Ozfest in 2004 at Jones Beach. And then also I saw Ozfest in 2006 when it was at Randall's Island. And then Ozzy Osbourne he headlined the second stage, which was a smaller stage. So I got to see him real close. But it was Ozzy Osbourne with Zakk Wylde. And then System of a Down headlined the main stage that year. Great time.
So in 2004, you went to both WrestleMania 20 and a Black Sabbath show?
Larry. Great observation there. Brian, fuck you.
It was a good year.
How
I guess
dare
now
you?
The best year of my life.
How fucking dare you?
Dude, Ozfest 2004, legendary year.
I went to, it's so funny. Jones Beach Amphitheater has been amphitheater has been like coming up in my life and in my conversation so often lately. A friend of mine sent me a photo. The Counting Crows played at Jones Beach Amphitheater, and on their bass drum they had a photo of Carmela Soprano. So they sent that to me.
Who was the mom? I love the old lady.
Oh, Livia.
That's where I don't like that kind of talk from.
I don't like that kind of talk.
I don't like that kind of talk.
Those blacks.
Yeah. I loved her. She died. She died during filming, didn't she? She died. Are we there?
My mic fucked up. Hello. Toast.
It's okay.
You got me?
Good toast. I hear your toast.
We got you.
Sorry, I got too excited. Yeah, she died during filming of The Sopranos. Still, to this dia, one of the best pieces of cinematic art ever made. And for the final scene in episode 3, their final conversation, they CG'd her. They fucking Star Wars'd her. Yeah.
Or Gladiator. Remember Gladiator? That guy died too.
Well, and it's so funny because you watch it, and when you're immersed, you're just like, oh, okay, there's something a little weird about this, but I'm accepting it. And then, like, after you know the lore behind it, you go back and watch and go, oh, my God, of course. Of course she's fucking dead. How about this? How about a hologram AI simulated wrestling match, right? So you upload to AI every match that Eddie Guerrero ever had. and you upload every match that, like, you know, whoever, fucking Macho Man Randy Savage ever had. And you have them do a hologram wrestling match just based on the AI's figuring out of their psychologies based on watching their entire libraries.
Sounds like it would be awesome.
It's
Sounds
coming.
dope, right?
You hear Marco Rubio? They're saying they're like AI videos of Marco Rubio that are being sent to people, and people are thinking it's really him, but it's not him.
Who's Marco Rubio?
John Richter, what up? Hey, everyone, by the way, thanks for watching. John Richter says, I saw the actor who played Furio at a cigar lounge in New Jersey. The dude was cool. Took pics with people and signed autographs. Furio.
Yo, happy belated birthday to Johnny! Happy belated birthday to Johnny!
Happy belated. Happy belated.
I wished him a happy birthday on his day.
He chatted with everyone once he was done meeting, once his meeting was done. There's a bee on your hat. That's my Silvio Dante quote.
Stop eating that. What else?
Yo, there's a lot of stuff coming up this week. It's a big week for mainstream wrestling. But I guess we should probably talk about the best deathmatch topic of the week, which is obviously JJ Al lighting himself completely on fire, completely engulfed in flames, unlike anything you've ever seen in your life. Jumps into a pool, head still on fire. GCW, July 4th, extravaganza. Did we watch this? Did we care? How was your guys' July 4th? I guess I should start with.
I worked, made overtime. Time and a half, baby.
Larry, what did you do on July 4th?
Nothing.
Did you see fireworks? Did you see any explosions?
Dude, around here it sounded like bombs over Baghdad.
Here too, but I think I just I didn't have to work, and I just kind of like stayed with my mom and allayed her concerns that we weren't under attack.
Larry, that's what I did. I just grilled burgers and steaks and dogs with my mom.
Dogs.
The day before, I actually played a show. I played a rock show. And, you know, there was like a smaller area off the beaten path where you'd put your equipment. And, man, I hit my head so fucking hard on the under, you know, on like the lip. Holy fuck, I thought I was going to die. I thought I had a fractured skull.
It was before or after you played?
Before.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. So bad. So bad. But I had like 3 Red Bull and vodkas and I was fine and we ripped.
Was the show at Otter House?
It was at the Wood Shop, which is an offshoot of the Monarch or the, you know, whatever.
Right.
And then Otter House, Derek Big Mosh. He goes, oh, Pat, I'm so happy you're here, blah, blah, blah. He makes all nice with me. And then he goes, are you going to be here tomorrow? And I go, what's tomorrow? He goes, oh, it's the Cass 4th of July show.
Well, he doesn't know the lore. Oh,
and I was like, oh, no, I'm gonna be home. Like, yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah, we don't, bro.
But Larry, me and you have some great American trash memories. Brian, you and I have some great American trash memories.
One and only time I ever refereed.
Even though, hey, I ain't gonna be there tomorrow. But, you know, I respect and love that tradition of the great American trash. Larry, you did Our Wicked Lady.
That was when he wrestled.
2 yards in a row?
I think that's the first time I ever met you, Larry. At the great, it was at Our Wicked Lady.
When Connor and the Rep and Aaron and all those bands played that time?
No bands played it. Patrick was wearing a golden sequin jacket.
Oh, that was Fashion Week.
Was Steven Muskoff there?
Nope.
No, that was
Nope.
Fashion Week. That was in February. That wasn't
was
a-
fashion.
That was not the Great American.
No.
That was not the Great American.
I was just saying that was the first time I ever met you.
at the Our Wicked Lady venue rooftop, but in February during the Fashion Week fashion death match, which was another great time.
Does MK Young or MV Young still exist?
I think he is alive. I think he does still exist as a human being. But I haven't seen him. I don't know. He was very heavily a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, tri-state area guy. He's from Pittsburgh originally, so he would go back and wrestle with Enjoy a lot. But then he'd come and do House of Yes and all those things, and he did the
Yes!
What a run! What a great run! He was like right there with Effie. Effie tried to bring him along, and I guess I don't know what happened. But yo, those were some great times. We sold about 50 fucking neon anti-wrestling wrestling club T-shirts that day. And then I wrote into the story that because Cass,
Fresh cut cowboy.
fresh cut.
Yeah, I don't like it at all, but I did it.
He looks fresh.
Hi,
Your
boy.
beard looks
Hi,
immaculate.
boy.
I can't do
You got like a
this,
John
though.
Wayne Murdoch. You got like a John Wayne Murdoch look going on.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen, our
look like
guest
a
this
new
evening,
age
John Wayne
modest
Murdoch.
Yahoo. I look like a new age modest Yahoo, just not gray.
Damn, remember Modest Yahoo?
Action
He
Bronson.
was lit. He was lit.
Action Bronson. I'll take that one too.
Rhinestone Cab, how was your 4th of July? I saw that you were posting photos of your whole backyard spread. So if you guys
Yeah,
could
it was
just imagine, right behind the camera, Shaved Cowboy, he's got a whole backyard. And he set up slip and slides and a grill and a griddle and a fucking McGriddle and a fucking pool, kiddie pool. And he had his 19 kids running around while he was grilling dogs
22
and
kids.
sausages.
It was America Day, so we blew some shit up, and I grilled some food, made some s'mores with peanut butter cups because that's the American way of doing it.
Wow, so you're talking about graham cracker marshmallow, and instead of a Hershey's chocolate,
No, Hershey too.
you got the Hershey as well, and then
Doubled up.
you're talking about a full cup? A full Reese's
full
cup?
Full cup. I actually did a big cup on one of them.
Wow. A thick
Yeah.
boy.
A big boy. It was one of those M&M ones. It had the Reese pieces in it.
Oh my God! See, I could, if you were going to do that, I could even forego the 4 to 6 squares of Hershey. If you like, I could replace the Hershey with the cup. I feel like cup and Hershey in between marshmallows is like maybe too much.
It
Never
was
too much.
fucking.
Never too
It
much
was
chocolate.
splendid. No, it was perfect. Perfect mixture.
I'm with you.
See,
That
Gets
sounds
it.
amazing. Did you have illegal fireworks going off on your property?
fireworks are legal in Pennsylvania nowadays. But we had some big boys, like with those fucking Roman candles now. They're getting aggressive. They're way more aggressive than they used to be, man. Holy fuck. I had one in my hand, almost fucking terminated my shit right off.
Be careful.
I needed you there, Larry, to tell me that because I wasn't very careful.
You should have all your
that's-
fingers.
That's one of the things that a lot of promoters like about me is since I'm so old school, I always give that disclaimer that you've entered this place under your own volition. And if anything happens to you, you bought a ticket.
Yo, I just got to say right now, I feel fully privileged to watch Larry Legend putting Soul Glow in his hair right now. Because he's letting that soul glow, man.
It makes his soul glow.
He's letting it glow, man.
Well, ever since I got this new hairdo, it's like it itches. It itches a lot, y'all. Like I didn't know that getting your things twisted. Like there was so much itching that is the back end of this.
You gotta bop it.
I had ghost hair today. I kept thinking I had long hair today. I was fucking.
Do you feel?
Dude,
Do you
it
feel much
sucks.
more of a breeze? Do you feel much more breezy?
I feel a hell of a lot more comfortable. If I cut my beard, it would be like a whole new me. It'd be like a whole new day.
So
But
extremely aerodynamic.
I felt very fucking slick today, man. I was getting things done.
Can we talk about everything that happened over the weekend? A lot happened.
I have some notes. I have some things to talk about. Larry, do you have something in mind? What was the most significant and brain-jarring thing, Larry, that you consumed wrestling-wise over this week?
Well, I guess it was kind of like a little bit of a reality check because based on my current living status, I couldn't attend that CZW Love Park on July 5th. I couldn't attend that.
Wait,
And
you're
it-
saying that they had a show at Love Park in Philadelphia?
It was
So
it
it
was
was a free-
it was with
it was
We
a
Love
free-
Wrestling.
It was a free show, Pat, and you know when there's a free show, that means none of this, right? You know that, Pat.
It was for
When it's a
charity.
free show, there's none of this. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford it. But I was so kind of like dismayed that while GCW is shaking their ass and JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling, is shaking their ass, I just was a little dismayed that I missed Birmingham. You guys know I missed Kevin, whose birthday is it today.
Yeah,
Kevin's
Kevin
birthday
Brennan.
is today, yeah.
Kevin
Boris
Brennan's
Dookie.
birthday.
Boris Dookie, friend of the show.
Happy
friend
birthday.
of the show.
Happy birthday.
That's a fucking secret, Brian, that you just released. We don't know if that's Kevin.
Yeah,
I
we
think
hate that guy.
we don't like that guy.
KK Kevin.
KK
And
Kevin.
I just
Happy birthday,
kind of was like, oh man, this is a weekend off for me when I should be like MLJ, when I should be like David Adams, when I should be like all the other, you know, what's his name, Jordan Castle, you know. I was like, I got a weekend off, so it sucked, but it looked like they did a good deal.
Well, I guess the headline of the weekend is JJ Escobar lighting himself on fire completely, and you know.
So hold on, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
That was a deal, but what is this like backyard show that Gage is doing? I feel like Gage, who does our intro for the show, did like a backyard show that I never heard of this company, and he's like out fighting in the yard. Did y'all see that?
Wasn't that X-Brand Wrestling? Wasn't that last week?
I don't think it was X Brand. I think it was the week. X Brand was this weekend, and I believe Gage did like a backyard show last weekend.
It wasn't the tournament. It wasn't that tournament. That wasn't the X Brand tournament. The
I
13th.
don't think so, Brian. I
No,
don't
I
think
don't think it
so.
I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
don't think it.
I think Gage did another like Midwest backyard thing against JB Anderson. I think he fought JB Anderson in some backyard or yard where they kicked him down the hill. And I never heard of this place. So I'm
I
like,
saw,
what is
I saw that shit. I saw that clip.
No. Versus Mickey was X-Brand. Gage did a show with one of the Bocce Boys guys called Skittle.
I know Skittles. I know Skittles.
So I guess there was a Skittles show?
I'm unaware. Shout out Bren though.
Jimmy says, I saw Gage a few weeks ago at the backyard show in Truxton, New York, upstate.
That's the one. That's what I'm talking
He
about.
says that's
y'all.
a few
This is
weeks
not-
ago.
I thought that was last week.
Maybe you just saw the clip last
You
week.
might have just seen a clip that said 6 days ago.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was at Skittles' house. It was fun. Yeah, so JJ Escobar, he's wearing a completely flammable, like, stuntman suit, soaked most likely in alcohol or kerosene or whatever the fuck. He's got a $600, by his own admission, $600 mask on, deliberately stands over these fireworks, gets completely engulfed in flames, for a few seconds kind of like is controlling it, takes that slow Michael Myers walk, and then immediately realizes it's gone too far. He's getting engulfed. A quote by him, "Don't want to burn to death in front of the homies." Jumped in the pool that was conveniently located and regulated. So it was awesome. Did you guys see this?
I didn't even see a clip. I didn't see a clip of it.
Oh, there was just like there was a clip, but he caught fast. As soon as he walked over that firework, he caught fast.
He must have had some shit on him.
Here's what I hate about it. I hate that they acted like it was an accident on commentary.
Yes. Yes.
It was like, oh my
Yes.
God, he doesn't even realize he's engulfed in flames. Oh my God. And it's like,
So it was supposed to be like a pyrotechnics accident?
Yes.
That's the way it was
Yes.
presented. But if you know JJ and you know,
He's a stunt man.
right, it's like, yeah, of course he's going to stand over the thing in this suit. Why would he be wearing like a freaking Kevlar suit?
It looked like he was
I
out
just
of
didn't think-
BioShock.
I think that kind of like broke, because once again, they want to make it a meme. They want to make it a world star. I think that that's where it comes from, where it's like, oh my God, what an accident.
Well, it obviously didn't go over that well because I haven't seen a clip. The thing that like North Korean assassin, that's
That's
an
what
accident.
I thought it was.
That was an
I
accident,
thought it was
and
the
that
North Korean assassin.
That was
Masada
scary
was
as
an accident
fuck.
too.
Masada, that was fucking scary
Well,
too.
those were actual accidents.
Right.
Yeah, there was no way of making JJ looking like a BioShock character fucking coming out. There was no way of making that
Right.
look like it was a fucking
He was
technical
going to
difficulty.
wrestle like that until he accidentally got caught on fire. And by the way, the shit that he stood over wasn't like a flamethrower. It was like a sparkler, a Roman candle.
Yeah.
Deal. So obviously the suit was like drenched in gasoline.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I actually don't blame JJ. I blame the commentator. What's his name again?
Jordan Castle.
Brett something?
It was Brett.
Brett the Hitman.
It was Brett.
Brett the Hitman something?
Dude, there was people fucking saying him never to do commentary.
Yeah, hey,
ever
do me
to
a
fucking-
favor. On the eve of America's birthday, in honor of America, please agree to never, ever do commentary again. But
I didn't know.
to be fair,
it was him.
there were just as many people saying that he's great on commentary because he's a troll.
Ugh. Dude. It's
But
not-
once
it's-
again,
it's-
I'm not blaming
How about-
him.
how
I'm
about-
blaming the overall idea that the guy obviously like stood over the shit to get lit on fire and take like 5 steps on fire. And on top of that, that's obviously the guy's deal. Like that's what he does, you know? So to be like, oh my God, I don't think he knows he's on fire is so Vince McMahon and so counterproductive. And if you had shut the fuck up and laid back and laid out and not tried too hard to make it a meme, it might have become a meme.
Let me
Isn't he
ask you
jumping
something,
kiddie pool?
Pat.
Yeah?
If it was OG Kevin Gill on commentary for the Backyard GCW show, do you think OG Kevin Gill would have tried to sell that shit? Like,
Yeah, I do. I think OG Kevin Gill would have done the exact same stupid, dumbass fucking thing. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't think he realized. Oh my God. just sucking their own cock, sniffing their own farts, thinking they're smarter than the dumbest person, which they aren't. And look, it's a little detail. It doesn't matter. The people who are eating that shit up don't matter. I'm just being a hater. But I'm just saying, when I saw that clip, if I was the guy who lit myself on fire, I would have maybe thought to myself, man, I wish that guy would have shut the fuck up. Luckily, we can just break that audio down, put some fucking drowning pool over it, and everything is fine.
Right.
Put some Ozzy final show, and that's just a clip in our vlog, and we've erased Brett from the history of it entirely.
Didn't JJ jump into a fucking kiddie pool?
Yeah, but the kiddie pool was there for that reason.
Yeah. So it wasn't technical difficulty.
And in my opinion,
Technical difficulties that they knew was going to happen.
Fire, getting fully engulfed in fire on purpose. Hold on. Larry's doing this scene from The Roots. Hold on. Put your sweaty armpits up again, dude. Come closer. Yeah, he's our.
He looks like James Brown fucking James Brown sweating on stage.
Anyway, I'm just saying, to make it seem like it was an accident was insulting to the intelligence of the fans. And in my opinion, it just shows that, like, they got memes on the brain. They got memes. They're doing that Sammy Callahan 2010 CCW shit. Do it for the kids.
Right. That's right. That's right, Pat. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Ha! You hear that?
Because we were memes. We were memes before this motherfucker was like, oh, we're absolutely right.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Brian, Cowboy, do you guys disagree? Do you have a better take?
No, I'm going to say they
hateful?
I don't. Do you even remember who he wrestled? All that mattered was the fire and the clip.
I'm sorry. Let me just say, my final thought is that if you are going to voluntarily get engulfed in fire that much, I'm not deducting points for having a kiddie pool for you to jump in nearby. You know what I mean? Like, it was totally fine to me that there was the kiddie pool there for him to jump into. And by the way, when he got up from that kiddie pool, his fucking bald-ass skull was still on fire. Like, it didn't even put out the whole shit, dude.
Pat.
Yo, sorry.
It's okay. Chase in the chat says, JJ said he was supposed to pull off the flaming towel, and by accident, he ripped off the fire-retardant mask. So he jumped in the pool so he wouldn't burn alive.
In front of the homies. Yeah. No, yeah. I read his tweets and the explanation too. I feel like what he explained about it doesn't prove that it was an accident. It's just him explaining, like, what happened after the thing that was planned to happen happened. That's the way that I took his explanation.
We fucked up.
I don't think it was a fuck up. I think it was just I've done this. He said, I've done this stunt 50 times. X, Y, and Z was happening. I did this. I did that. So I jumped into the pool. I don't know. Maybe the plan was a little different. But I don't think the plan was for it to not be a plan and for me to be an accident.
Well, if he didn't jump into the pool, how would the fire have went out?
What I'm saying is that calling it an accident is dumb. And anything after that, pool or no pool, tweet or no tweet, you know what I'm saying?
Only Rammstein can control fire. Nobody else. That's all I gotta say.
Did anyone control fire at Ozzy's last show?
Oh no, but I know Ozzy was pissed that nobody stayed on stage after the
No, did you
last
see?
song.
Did you see what happened? The feed cut, but they left the stage to go get him a cake. They brought him out a cake, and he didn't know. He didn't know that the cake was coming. And he
Yeah.
looked at the
He was
cake
like-
like he didn't even want the cake. He thought it
On
was
the
a
stream,
shit
it
cake.
seems like they all abandoned him.
And he's like, "Where the
After
fuck you
stream
going?"
Cut, they all came out and
Stay on
celebrated
the
him with a
fucking
cake.
stage. Stay on the fucking stage.
Very funny.
Do you think that Ozzy doo-dooed himself on that throne? And
I think
pee-peed
there was
himself?
a
Oh, yeah.
butthole cut in his underwear and pants, and I think at the bottom of that throne was actually a toilet.
Oh yeah.
So he
Had
could
to have
just
been.
fully evacuate throughout the whole show.
He did 2 sets, you know.
Well, you notice that Zach Wilde stood like super close to him throughout the whole entire show. He was like right next to him.
He's
It
the
was
only one
only-
who's CPR certified.
That was only during the Ozzy set. 'Cause then
OSHA.
during Black Sabbath,
OSHA. It
Zach
was an
Wilde
OSHA
wasn't
thing.
there. It was just a 4.
Ozzy wanted to get up so bad for that whole show.
He
You
kept
could tell.
pushing himself up. He was just like,
He,
"Ah."
he wanted to
Couldn't
get
do
up
it.
My
so
mom,
bad.
Ryan, that's like my mom. My mom is always trying to get herself up, and we're like, bro, you can't get up. That
My mom
I
kicked-
feel that. We'll
My mom
that,
kicked me
if
the
we
fuck-
don't die, if we don't die, y'all, all of us, if we don't die, like 56, when we're 70, we're gonna be trying to get ourselves up. I guarantee you, we're gonna be trying to get ourselves up, and like someone's gonna be like, "Bro, you can't get yourself up," and we're just gonna keep on trying. I know.
Wow, maybe these
that's
wrestlers got the right idea.
What, dying early?
Right. Fuck your body up till it can't. Like Foley. Look how Foley. Look at the sacrifice Foley made. Hey, can I just say real quick? Non-wrestling related. A friend of mine like played me a West Side Gun rap song, and at the end of the West Side Gun rap song, it's like Mick Foley talking to Chris Benoit. This is Raw. This is Ruthless Aggression. I guess Foley's the commissioner of Raw. And at the end of this West Side Gun track, there's a clip of Foley talking to Chris Benoit and saying, like, I look at you right now, Chris Benoit, and I know what could be, but I know what I see. And he dresses Chris Benoit down. The song is called Elizabeth.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, Chris Benoit
Yo, I
was
don't
married
know
to
if it's
Chris Benoit was
recent.
hold on, Pat. Hold on. Chris Benoit was married to Woman. And on this West Side Gun track, Mankind is talking to Chris Benoit. Elizabeth. The song is called Elizabeth. And at the end of this track, Mankind is talking to Chris Benoit, who is married to Woman.
Elizabeth.
Is that snot?
You're a huge booger.
Yeah. It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
Elizabeth.
Yo, so I don't know. I
Elizabeth.
saw this on Twitter today, and I don't know if this is from like a long time ago or if it's from like recently. It's probably from a long time ago, because as we'll get to with Evolution, the all-female gimmick, Jordan Grace is fighting. But Jordan Grace, at one point in her life, tweeted like, "Hey, this is probably the hottest take I'm gonna have on all Twitter." But like, Chris Benoit couldn't even lace the boots of some of today's superstars. Also, may he burn in hell. So I guess my question to you guys is, and hey, just an opinion, just a thought. I'm not gonna get mad at her about it, but it's an interesting discussion. Like, Chris Benoit versus Ospreay, Omega, Rollins. Is she right? Is she wrong? Left to right. Brian, Rhinestone, Larry.
What did she say? What did she say?
She said that Chris Benoit couldn't hang with today's superstars.
I completely disagree. Well, this is why Jordan Grace was the original cuck of the week.
We
There's
have
statements
always
like that.
hated her. It's so true. We have always hated everything she's about. I feel like one episode, very, very early on, we went to her Patreon and realized that there was a free $5 donation just to buy her Starbucks.
I wasn't here.
All right, I guess let's not hate on her. Let's just say like,
Hold on. No, you said left or right, Brian.
Yeah, I think that's
Rhinestone.
Rhinestone, go ahead.
Ridiculous statement.
Sorry.
Rhinestone.
All I gotta say is she's a goddamn fool. That's all I gotta say. Because as soon as they were done doing their flippy shit, Benoit would break him in half. That's all I gotta say.
Larry?
Well, on what was that Bret Hart documentary? What was that Bret Hart documentary from back in the day? Wrestling with Shadows. Wrestling with Shadows. Wrestling with Shadows. Yo, do y'all remember?
Great doc.
But do y'all remember when Bret was like, if you look at my kicks, if you look at my punches, it always looks like I'm kicking the shit out of this motherfucker. But there's never a bruise. He's like, I kick the shit out of these motherfuckers in every town we go to, but there's never a bruise. Bro, the only person that I feel had the strikes of Bret Hart in modern times was Chris Benoit. When he used to kick a motherfucker in the head and he would vocalize that, which is a very similar thing to what Bret used to do. Bret would always vocalize the hee-yah, and like you would hear that sound. It's like I can't. That there's so much of that's lacking right now. The vocalization. I will always tell guys in CZW or wherever I am, I'm like, yo, I love the sounds. I love the guttural sounds that you make. And Bret and Benoit were like the last of a dying breed that used to make those sounds that would accentuate what they were doing to make you believe.
You're leaving one out, Larry. You're leaving one out, and he was the master of it, and that's Mick Foley.
One
was
the sounds. The sounds.
What? Dude,
when he was in pain.
Legend.
And I'm glad you're bringing up the whole strike thing, because that's what's lacking in wrestling too. Nobody cares about headlocks, hip toss. Nobody knows how to punch. It's all, I need to do a 450. That's all I need to learn. 450, I'm good. I'm going to be booked on AEW.
All right,
if you land a
Wrestling
punch,
News lightning round. Eddie Only. I don't know if you remember this guy.
I saw that.
In
Let's fucking go.
recovery. And by the way, in recovery, God bless you. I wish I could be in fucking recovery. I've had a lot of time to sit around and think. And once I'm ready, I want to give wrestling one more go.
Fuck yeah.
Never. You're never. Hey, I'm doing a kickboxing show in Amazura. Pat, I'm doing a kickboxing show in Amazura. Come, Amazura. Amazura.
Is Eddie Only going to be there?
No.
Larry's going to be there.
Yeah, but come, Pat, because it's not wrestling people.
What's the date?
We can smoke our cigs. You'll be my guest. Amazura.
What's the date?
July 26th.
I'm playing a show July 25th. Maybe you should come in a night early.
Pat,
we'll split a hotel. We'll split a hotel. We'll get some hookers.
How about I get a hotel? Pat, how about I get a hotel from the people and you stay in it?
Yeah, like
show.
2 nights. Say, hey, I'm coming early.
I'll come, Pat, I'll come hot tag you out on the 26th so I can get up there and relax before the show.
That's what I'm saying. And we'll get whores.
OnlyFans content.
Whoas.
We'll get whoas.
Fuck yeah. OnlyFans.
You know it. You know it.
All right, it's a plan.
Okay. Shh. I'm gonna
Yo,
tell them
I want to talk
ho-
a minute
I'm gonna
about
tell
Bear
them I need a
Bronson.
hotel the night before. I need a hotel the night before, and it's got to be under P. Kitty, Patrick Kitty's name.
I got a license now. Wipe your goddamn nose. Hey, I want to
There's
talk.
some crazy
I want
matches.
to talk quick about Bear Bronson.
Yes.
We should. I feel like Bear Bronson deserves little talk, little rubski. I want to tell you something, Larry. You'll relate to this. I don't remember what year of the Psycho Circus, but it was the year that Willow Nightingale won the 4-way for the Intercontinental. It was the year that all these things were happening.
I was around.
And in the crowd, with his hood up, was Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
I was there. I remember. You told me because I was working. You told me.
So the main booker found himself in the hospital.
Yeah.
So it was like me and Mikey Whipwreck and like a few different people just making it happen and making it work. And one of the highlights of my ring announcing career is announcing, dude, and this spot had like 500 firefighters. Like it was like wrestling norms. It was a dream crowd, dude. You know? There was
Psycho Circus. It's the Psycho. Bro. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It's the best to perform in front of norms, right? So like when Willow won the 4-way for like the fusion.
I think yeah.
Dude, the best.
I think I was just doing the coming out at the end. I started it and I came out at the end, but you were there.
Wait, why
You
am I
told
saying
me-
this though? Why am I saying this? What was the loop?
I don't know.
Bear Bronson.
Oh,
There.
okay, right. Yes, thank you, Brian. All right, so I'm in the crowd. Dude, I swear to God, I go, and new for Willow, and I see a man in the corner wearing a hoodie who is Maxwell Jacob Feinstein. Right? My guy. That's my guy. And he like gave me a little wink because, you know, at this point he's realized all the tactics to become so much cooler than me. So he locks eyes with me, gives me a little wink to let me know I crushed it, right? So then I'm going to like the beer truck, the bar, right? In between like the
cigar, the bourbon cigar, the Long Island bourbon cigar.
Yeah, the bourbon. So who do I see there but Bear Bronson, right? The new deathmatch wrestler of 2025, right?
Oh, God.
The breakout star. And he goes, hey, you're doing so great. We love you. Me and Max loves you. And like all these firefighters are getting me beers because I've done such a good job. And then I'm like, oh, well, let's get some beers for Bear Bronson here too, right? And then he goes, you know what you should do? Because we're at an intermission. He goes, you know what you should do? Max, he's got his hood up. He's acting like this big star. Like everyone's going to notice him.
Call him out.
So what you should do is, what would be really funny is if you like say that, announce that he's here and ready to take photos and sign autographs.
Which is trolling the shit out of his ass.
Right, because Bear Bronson and him, they're from Creative Pro, you know, they're old time friends, and Bear Bronson knows that I play ball, and I think that funny things are funny, you know. So he easily manipulates me with firefighter beers to go. And once again, don't forget to check out all the merchandise of all the wrestlers all around the card, but also, hidden secret, if you see somebody with a hood up, Surprise!
I was there. I was there.
Yeah.
I think I was there
I was
just
like,
for the
oh,
main
and
event.
make sure you find.
I think I was.
Make sure you find
I think
the
I was
hidden
there.
gem of Maxwell Jacob. And me and Bear Bronson had a clasping high five. Like it wasn't just a normal high five. We had a high five and like a
Like docked.
a predator. Like we had a predator thing. Because we both realized the
dock.
hilarity of the moment and how we're both gonna like make fun of Maxwell for feeling super important, you know? So that's my Bear Bronson story. Shout out to him. Obviously, Deathmatch Wrestler of the Month.
Who did he wrestle?
Otis.
Otis Cogar.
That's a banger right there.
It was at the GCW function. Where was it?
I just said that randomly because I want to see Otis fight Bear.
So we don't know who he wrestled.
Well, apparently he has August completely opened. He has a new box of shirts that he's selling in the ghetto, and he just did his second death match at the GCW thing this weekend, and that was the show that Danny DeMonto decided to suck bread off about.
AKA every show.
Recently, yeah, seems like.
Circle jerking it.
He's been doing that forever. I specifically remember making a circle jerk meme with Daniel DeMonto jokingly watching a circle jerk of Brett Lauderdale because of something he said that he loves to watch. He loves watching GCW.
He wrestled Beastman this weekend.
Oh, Beastman.
Beastman.
And apparently
Dandy?
he showed up and showed out.
Dandy?
No, Bear Bronson.
Bear Bron.
Bear. Burr.
Larry, I got to tell you another story, dude.
Go.
I got to tell you an outlaw wrestling story.
I got one too, but go ahead.
So, you know, you remember when they were the Bear Brothers,
Yeah.
right?
From Bear Mountain.
It was Bear Bronson and then the big guy, the big Ginge.
Boulder. Bear Boulder.
Yo, so Big Butt was with me doing merch at a show.
Ooh. Yeah, I love her. I love her ass.
And this guy, Boulder, apparently he is exiled for wrestling for like strangling a woman. And
He put his foot on her throat. He knocked her down.
Put
and
his
he
foot.
He put his foot on her throat and choked her to unconsciousness.
So much like you have sensed the demonic energy of Big Butt, the Boulder sensed it as well and thought that maybe she would want his foot on her throat. And immediately, right in front of me, went on over and started spewing his Boulder nonsense, his Create a Pro bullshit. And I just shut it down. I said, no, go away now. Go away now, please. Anyway, just a little story.
Can I?
But it turns out, guy was a sexual deviant and an asshole.
Hey, are we doing hold on. Two things. Are we doing giveaways? And I want to...
Larry, I have the name and address of the man who won the Nicholas Gage t-shirt and the fucking exclusive 8x10.
Send me that. It's I Got Character, right? It's I Got Character, right?
I don't know who it is, but I got their shit.
Okay. Somebody on the chat said, Larry, I need to know what happened to Devin Moore.
I was avoiding that, but go ahead. Take it away.
Well, Nick Gage, when he got inducted into the Battleground or the 2300 Arena Hall of Fame, he thanked a lot of people, and at one point he goes, to the this person, to the that person, to the Devin Moore, and then he goes, well, maybe not the Devin Moores, and everybody kind of laughed. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. On the stage at Battleground, when Nikki got inducted in the Hall of Fame, I heard him. And he was like, into the Zandigs. I don't remember the exact contents, but he was like, to the Zandigs and to the, like, you know, whoever, the Brett Lauderdales. Maybe he said Brett Lauderdale. He was like, into the Devin Moores. And he was like, after everyone was like, whoa, he was like, well, maybe not the Devin Moores. And then everyone kind of had a good laugh. So I feel like that person, Fluffy's podcast, that Larry, I need to know what happened to Devin Moore. I think that comment's kind of valid because Nikki bought Devin Moore's name up in his Hall of Fame induction to the 2300 Arena, and that is very significant.
But he said not the Devin Moore, so he did something wrong.
So he said, like, to the Zandigs, to the Rogers, to the Frank Talents, to the Devin Moores. And after he said Devin Moore, he was like, well, maybe not so much Devin Moore. And everyone kind of had a hoo, hee, ha, ha, ho, hee, ha, ha. So I feel like that comment, Larry, I need to know what happened to Devin Moore, is kind of valid because Nick went into the 2300 Hall of Fame and said the name Devin Moore. Whether it was for a joke or not, he said Devin's name. So whoever that is, I feel like that's something I should address.
Well, all right. Let's get to Larry's favorite part of the show.
They hate us. Those two people hate us. They hate the show.
Oh yeah, not friends of the show. Not friends of the show.
They hate the show. You know?
Not friends. Not friends. Jane, Wendy, and Reed.
Well, shout out to you guys. Well, shout out to you guys. All right, so
Brian,
last week we gave away. Listen to this,
Brian. Is this shit you bought from Dan DeMonto on the sales?
This is definitely from the sales.
Oh shit!
I haven't been in one of those in years, so these are OG sales.
Right, let me just make sure
you're raffling paraphernalia. You're raffling paraphernalia right now.
This one is unsigned. I think he sent it to me unsigned on purpose, but this one is signed.
But you bought it signed.
Yeah, it was supposed to be signed.
A classic move. Hey, let's
bought
just
a coat
get
hanger.
this. I feel like we are on the precipice of getting these giveaways back on track. Last week, so-and-so won the Larry 8x10 exclusive and the MDK shirt. And Larry,
ATL.
And I'm going to send you that info.
Thank you. I got character.
And this week, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian is going to choose from these 11 comments who will win the Reed Bentley and John Wayne Murdoch somethings. Brian, is that right?
That is absolutely 100% correct.
Let's get into the comments as you suck that garbage bag. Horror, pain, gore, death, and HB 14 at the Field of Fear was one of the best 4th of July events. Was that the one we were all there for, Bri?
No, we were at the circus. 4th of July is when I almost got my eye poked out by Eddie Kingston.
Oh, that was months later.
That's how Eddie got the contract. You got Eddie signed.
Right, I got Eddie signed.
You got Eddie signed.
I threw my chair in the ring. I threw my chair inside the ring when I was very upset.
John Richter says, Brian is back. Also, do some GCW roasting, please. LOL. Love y'all. What's there to roast about GCW other than Joey Janela's dating Megan Bain and the world is upside down?
I got plenty.
Oh, go for it, Larry. Go for it, Daddy-O.
Well, notice how GCW kind of does the old ROH Gabe. And if those of you don't know what I'm talking about, the ROH Gabe is where they kind of like find a company that exists in like a Minnesota, ATL, Boston, Chattanooga, and they kind of like say, hey, let's do a joint deal.
Piggyback.
Let's do a joint deal where in the afternoon you go and I'll give one of your local guys a spot on my shit and I go at night. It is a very old school hustle that I first learned from Gabe, who now works for WWE, where you like find like an established like kind of territory, indie school, and then you say, hey, let me come in your house, let me come in your wife real quick, and for coming in your wife, I'll let a couple of your kids do my shit the night of.
Then I
And
want to
you're
come
all like,
inside your
oh.
kids.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, GCW, Brett, David Arquette with Larry.
Well, I mean, we all know that Brett
Hold on,
already comes
Pat,
inside your kids.
Hold on. I'm making a point here, Pat. Don't say no words.
Yeah, you're right.
They're thinking like, oh, Brett, David Arquette with Larry, Zandig with Joey Janela off the roof with Larry, first Nick Gage Invitational when Nikki got arrested with Larry. We want to do shit with this guy because he did shit with Larry. Now talk.
Sorry, I wasn't ready.
Well, I mean, I'm always ready. I'm always ready. But a lot of the times when I be like taking a long time to say some shit, people get like, he's talking so long. Let me say some shit
Wow,
to
you
like.
hear that? Oh my God, yo, it feels so good, Larry. We got thunderstorms. We got deep rain and thunderstorms.
You know what? You know what? You're not paying enough attention to me. So just like that person said, the reason I left last week is because you weren't paying enough attention to me. So, bye.
Don't be like that. We're doing the giveaway, Larry. Your favorite part.
What are you doing, Larry? What are you doing, Larry?
All right, Axel No says, watching the GCW Backyard Show, I just want Pat to roast whatever the hell MLJ is wearing. I did not see what MLJ was wearing for the Backyard Show.
Emu is like.
What was he wearing for the
Was he wearing
July
a Razor
4th?
Ramon shirt?
Janetti all over. Janetti all over. It was
the
Shawn
double print.
Michaels all over when we actually. He was wearing Janetti all over, wasn't he? Janetti all over.
He probably had
Yeah,
that
he's
picked
wearing it all
out
print.
6 months ago.
Borrowed it from
It all
Ringside
print.
Sean.
He recycles. He ain't got a whole bunch of money. He
No,
delivers
but he
pizzas.
probably ordered online and picked out the
Well,
fucking outfit
could-
for the July
Alibaba.
4th months ago.
Alibaba, man. T-Moon.
Card Stories 8202 says, great to have Brian back. The show is great with all four of you. Larry, does that give your soul any solace?
No,
Your life any meaning at all?
no.
Mine neither, but thank you for the comment. ZMZO says, next, NYHC Hog Show is high intensity. It's there.
I'm
WrestleMania.
going against Rick Bay is going to be there. It's 8-1, right? 8-1, Rick Bay. I'm
It's
going.
8-1. Are you going?
I'll see you there. I'll see you there, Larry.
I'm going to be there.
Can I come with you? Do you want to go out to dinner and go?
I'll see you, Larry.
I'm going. I'm going Ricky.
HOG is my spot. That's my shit. We'll be there. I'll see
CM
you.
also goes on to say, Rhinestone knows ball with that Cedar Point reference. Rhinestone, can you break this down for me? I don't remember.
What the fuck does ball mean? Like, what
You know
the
ball.
fuck?
What's Cedar Point?
Basketball.
I know bull. And I like Cedar Point. I think it's a quality place. I think that's
Is
where
it like
I
a
would take my
baseball
family.
town or something?
I don't fuck with baseball. Fuck Gary Sheffield.
Both 7 shows from LA and RPW from Florida were killer. Says horror, pain, gore, duh.
What'd he say?
Both shows were killer.
Which
LA
one?
and RPW.
Oh yeah. RPW's on a fucking roll.
Face Eater. Is he talking about Face Eater? Because that was lit.
Yeah, I think he was talking about.
That's really the last thing that I've watched. Drake Younger versus Lil Sicko.
Axel Knows 90. This is a good one. Larry, pay attention here. If you guys had to recommend the best old school CZW show or deathmatch tournament, because, last week we were singing the praises of Tournament of Death. So if you had to recommend one old school CCW show or old school deathmatch tournament, what would you choose?
Me?
Is he asking Larry?
Well, it's a question really to all of us.
It is unquestionably the only Tournament of Death where someone actually died, which is Tournament of Death 8, when Thumbtack Jack killed Nick Cage.
So what was that? Tournament of Death 3, 2?
8!
He just said 8, God damn it.
Oh, sorry. My headphones broke.
8.
Elizabeth.
Rhinestone, what about you?
Me personally, I'm all about the sexy Eddie. I'm all about the sexy Eddie.
The
That was
best!
quality shit. That was quality shit. I've watched that shit like a fucking like Christmas Vacation. Like honestly, I watched that shit over and over again.
Yeah, Sexy Eddie and his clips of him getting hit in the head with the wrong end of the garbage can.
Dude, he literally killed himself.
And doing
like,
the squirt of the arm. And correct me if I'm wrong, did he not do the Sasuke garbage can off the top of the yellow cage of death?
You're affirmative. Yeah.
But that wasn't tournament. That wasn't tournament.
No,
That's when
okay,
he
so
did that.
tournament, huh?
He didn't say. He just said CCW show in general.
Well,
or
I mean,
tournament.
he's aligning Eddie moment with Eddie moment, and I just
No,
wanna
you're
say,
right. You're right. I'm breaking the only.
Yeah,
rule.
I'm just saying, like, I'm talking about someone dying. Someone dying. That's all I'm talking about.
I guess I got to go with the easy pick that every time in that run from 2011 to 2016, 17, when we were going to every Tournament of Death, it was always basically Danny Havoc, like during that time. Like Masada was awesome. Later on, Schlack was awesome. Scotty Vortex, the one with Big Japan, Abdullah Kobayashi, all that. But the constant really throughout all of those every year was kind of Danny doing first and second round awesome shit.
He was like before they started saying gatekeeper, before they started saying like,
oh, that phrase didn't exist back then.
He was like before Jimmy Lloyd was the gatekeeper of VXS.
Dude, Jimmy Lloyd was sweeping up during the time I'm talking about. Dude, even Schlack was sweeping up in the time I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Danny was always like kind of like a gatekeeper both for GCW and CZW. Like if you're coming in here, you go with me first. You go with me first.
All right. And then the comment on this comment is favorite XPW moments. Brian?
Shit. It's got to be.
Dude, shut up.
When I did my own goddamn.
Our music playing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the answer.
Our
music playing.
It's
when I got in the ring,
our music playing. That is the answer.
It's got to be the Boulevard segment.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's our music playing.
And I'm just saying, objectively speaking,
Masada going on fire.
probably the
That's awesome
greatest
too, bro.
CZW,
That's awesome
XPW
too.
moment of all time. Objectively speaking.
Well, also shout out Schlack versus Jeff King because that match was
What the-
fucking
oh,
insane.
Shot at. I shocked that. I shot that.
Underrated match.
Dude.
What about Necro throwing every single guardrail in the ring?
Yeah,
Insane.
yeah, that was good.
Deciding
I
to
would
like
to say mine. I would like to say mine personally. STF Media when we did XPW Drive-In Massacre. That's my favorite moment.
Driving Massacre was lit.
we have it. Rest in peace. Sorry that Brian killed the promotion.
You're welcome for all those beautiful shots I took ringside camera work on that shit because I fucking loved it. I was screaming at Shellac to cut Jeff King even more than he was with the scalpel. I was
Roland,
screaming.
final comment. Roland says, I'm just here for more socks. And just for anybody who hasn't been around for a while, there was one giveaway where Brian gave away Amanda's socks, and Schlack spared no expense to win them and then wore them right here on this show.
Hey guys,
through it.
stream the shit. Stream Stabbed in the Face, the rise and fall of the world's most dangerous band on Amazon Prime today. Because I get money. I get money. I get money.
It's only $3 on Amazon.
And
by the
Schlack
way.
gets money. And the Gorgeous One gets money. And Captain Hook gets money. We all get money if you stream it.
Do you guys want
It's only
to
$3.
Do you guys want to talk to the chat a little bit more? How about Devin Moore
Yeah.
is doing good. He's just not wrestling anymore. Fluffy says, Larry, you never gave me the answer about Devin Moore.
Okay. I'm sorry. I embellish. Devin lives.
The answer, shut up. That's fine too.
Hold on. Here I go. Shut up.
Okay.
Devin lives in the same complex as Declan Grant and Jess Moss. And whenever I need to hear about Devin Moore, because I care, you know, a Sagittarius, Pat, we care. Whenever I need to hear about the real with Devin Moore, that's right. That's bro. You already know, bro. You already know. Okay. Whenever I need to hear about Devin Moore, I just grab Jess Moss or I grab Declan and I say, "You seen him? Is he good?" And they're always like, "Oh yeah, I see him. He's good. He's good."
I don't really care if he's
And
good.
that's all that matters. He's good.
Do you guys want to talk about One Man Crew versus Masada? Did any of the three of you guys watch this?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got something to say on this topic. I got something to say. This might be controversial, but that man is good for the wrestling business. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
One Man Crew?
OCC? OKC?
He brings fucking heat, and people forget what that is.
OMC?
He brings the fucking heat. I appreciate that dude. He fucking brings the heat. I love it. I fucking love it, man.
So tell me about this match, because now that makes me interested. Masada versus him. Did Masada murder him?
It hasn't happened yet, has it?
Oh, it is about. Oh, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's about
When are we going to talk about this? Was told to me. So I don't have my finger on the pulse like this.
What's
this
the promotion?
Announced.
What are they wrestling for? Where are they wrestling at, rather?
When, where, and how?
Isn't it 7?
And why?
Is it 7?
I think it's 7. I mean,
when is the next?
I know one man that probably has that answer, but I don't know.
Chase says, "Rest in peace, XPW. The Rebirth was legit the greatest deathmatch company for 2 years straight."
How about this one? Akira versus Little Sicko was announced for We Love Wrestling.
Because Akira is released. Akira is released. He's no longer in Japan.
He's in America.
He's no longer in Japan.
Makes sense. Phil Insane versus the Bev was announced for Savon.
Yeah, isn't there like a 7 fucking Chicago show coming up now?
719 Chicago. 719 Chicago. 726 Houston.
White noise.
Sounded like a goddamn snake.
How'd you do that? The hell?
You should have been in Aladdin.
Larry, now are you going to be at both of these chows?
No.
Neither.
I can't leave home.
What the fuck?
You know.
What the fuck are you doing, Larry?
Okay. Listen. I'm gonna break it right now. Breaking. I will do 719 Chicago. I will do 726 Houston, and I will do August 23rd RPW. And I can't travel anymore, y'all. I can't travel anymore. It's too hard. I can only do Jersey CCW. I can't travel anymore. I can't go away for that long. I'm sorry. So I will do the rest of my July dates. July 19th in Chicago.
All right, so you're
July
going to be there.
26th. Yeah, I'll be there. And I'll be there for July 26th in Houston. And then I'll be there for RPW King of the Kill 3. That makes sense. King of the Kill 3 for Larry. And then that's I gotta take time. I'm sorry. That's it. I can't. I can hardly do this.
Larry sabbatical.
And y'all know what I'm talking about. Icarus, I'm surprised to see you here.
Yeah, you hate
Ron
us.
Stone. No.
You're surprised to see me here. Why?
Because of what you messaged us offline about your
My
situation.
mom's a G. My mom's an OG. She kicked me the fuck out of the hospital. She's like, get out of here. You got shit to do. She's old school. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Put some dirt on it. Put some dirt on it. Right?
Yeah, get out of here. I'm fine.
Bro, I'm too I'm too wide of a heart. Like, oh my God, I gotta so it's like I've been dealing with this for months now. And it's like I can't do the MMA, the kickboxing, the Blvd Bullies, the regular job, the cats. So I'm just gonna finish July and into August, and then I'm just gonna do DJ. Breaking news, I'm just gonna do DJ because DJ is a way that I can do up and down. I'm gone. Up and down, I'm gone. It's not Houston, it's not LA, it's not ATL, it's not Florida, it's not none of that shit.
I don't
Not
think you do that.
Tennessee.
Let's just revisit.
Not Tennessee.
Are you going to
No,
Are you
let's
going to
just
continue
revisit.
the
We'll just
kickboxing? The
revisit
kickboxing.
Bro, they're
We'll
Delaware.
revisit.
Brian, hold on, Pat. Brian had a question. The kickboxings are Delaware. They're New Jersey.
Isn't it
They're
sometimes
New York.
squeezed? Oh, right.
Yeah, they're easy for me to just go up and down, bro. It's not an overnight in an Airbnb with mad coke.
Hell yeah.
Well,
hell
based on what we've just heard, I'll just announce that I'm ready to fill in Larry's dates and take flights and do coke and ring announce. And, look, usually I'll wear a T-shirt, but I'll wear a fancy little suit. You want me to dress like MLJ? You want me to wear Marty McFly pajamas?
Listen, if you're going to be me, I want you to be Emil me.
I will cosplay. I will rest at nothing for people to take notice and say that I'm ripping off Emil. And
You gotta
I
dress
will,
up like
in
Kevin
a
Gill.
true Tom Green or Nathan Fielder way, go so deep into the character of me ripping off Emil that you'll never realize that I think he sucks. That's my gimmick.
It's good.
I'll wear Stone Cold Steve Austin flip-flops.
Oh, by the way, I choose the card stories. I choose card stories for the
Card
comment.
stories! That's a great choice because that's a long-lost viewer who decided to chime in.
There you go. You gotta send your address. And next week, if you comment on this YouTube video, not the live chat, but the YouTube video, you could win this unopened but cracked Crippler CD
Hell yeah.
from
You know
Horror
what?
Pain
I'm
Gore
gonna,
Death
Brian,
Productions.
I'm gonna do you one. I'm gonna add to that.
You're gonna add
You can
to
win
it.
these shark glasses as well.
Oh shit!
You can win these shark glasses. I have no use for them. I wore them on the show for
This
2
is
weeks.
why I love the
I would never be
giveaways. I
caught
love the
fucking
giveaways for
Dead
this.
wearing these. But if you comment on this week's YouTube video,
I'll give you this
could
bubble
win a
maker as
Crippler
well.
compact disc and these shark glasses that I'm wearing.
And
You
the
want a
whale.
bubble maker? You want a bubble maker to go with it? Fuck it. I
No,
ain't got
save
use
the
for it.
bubble maker for next week. That's too much. It's too much. I don't really have. I have some other headlines. I mean, we could talk about.
Let's
You
talk
know-
about the bigs. Let's talk about the bigs.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
talk about
Paige had
Swerve.
sex in a zoo. Did you hear this?
Who?
What? What?
Who?
Paige.
Oh,
She had
Paige.
sex in
Oh.
a zoo.
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm
she
all
just wanted
for it.
everyone to know that she's, still awesome.
I would pay $20 for an OnlyFans.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
would.
I feel like with Paige's OnlyFans, it's $20, and then like another $10.
You get it for
Hey,
free.
she didn't beat Carmen Electra yet. Carmen Electra had sex in the middle of a street. Paige has got to do it.
Yo,
now.
so it's actually a big weekend for the bigs. You got All In Texas. You got Saturday night main event. And then you got whatever else and the other stuff that happens that's whatever else. You ready for this?
Yeah.
AEW World Championship. I don't know if you see these clips. It's Hangman the Perm Page and John. I lost the belt at Texas Roadhouse, but I'm carrying around a briefcase that's empty, so you think the belt's in it. Moxley. And they like screamed at each other. It was almost, the Batista, give me what I want.
Yes.
It was almost like they were doing this. They were just two shirtless otters yelling to each other across the arena. Give me Texas death. You want Texas death? I want Texas death. You want me to give you Texas death? Give it to me. Give it to me. Texas death. So, there you have it. John Moxley versus the Hangman Adam Page. Texas death. Parentheses match. Larry, are you going to be locked in and tuned in and worried about this?
When is it?
It's July 11th, this Satra Day.
The same night as Saturday night's
The
main event.
same night as Saturday night's main event. You want to talk about that? Larry, dude, Saturday night's main event. Fucking Goldberg versus Gunther, dude.
And you've already called a Goldberg squash, is what you said, no?
That's what I want, dude.
I mean, that's all that he can do.
I hope
No,
Gunther
he could
fucks
get
him up.
squashed, though. He could get squashed.
I hope he gets squashed in front of his son.
Better be a capo kick.
You know his son's going to be in the audience.
All right, so let's really fucking put our brains to good use here. Don't lead with your heart, lead with your brain. What is going to happen in the Gunther versus Goldberg World Heavyweight Championship match on Saturday night? What is going to happen? How long is it going to be? What's going to happen? Who's going to win? Break it down for me.
Pat. Is it going against AEW All In?
It is!
Pat, what is the main event of AEW All In?
Hangman Page versus fucking
So then that means that whatever you're talking about on Saturday night's main event is going to try to strategically go like before that starts, whatever that shit is.
That's what I was saying.
Sorry.
Which match, Larry, would you rather tune into? Goldberg versus Gunther or Hangman versus John Moxley? Texas
Dude,
Death.
Gunther may kill Goldberg. I want to see live death.
So you'd rather watch Gunther versus Goldberg?
It would, yeah.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen in that match?
Was it true that Goldberg was like blown up from even like getting in position for the spear and like walking down?
Don't believe what you read, Larry.
I heard it. I didn't read it. I heard it.
Goldberg could spear and jackhammer Gunther in 20 seconds, and
that's okay. That's what I want.
Me too.
But
me too.
The intrigue, Pat, of like what might happen is like heavily overweighs Mox and
that's what I'm saying, and that's why I want you to use your fucking brain, not your heart, not what you want to happen. Use your brain and tell me what you think is going to happen Saturday night. Gunther, the champion, versus Goldberg. What do you think is going to happen?
And that is against Adam Page versus John Moxley.
Yes.
Icky. What do they go on at the same time? Or are these shows scheduled to go on live at the same time?
That's not the point.
Are they going on at the same time?
They're a little bit after each other. One's before, and then
Just imagine yes.
Yeah.
They're going on exactly the same time.
No. I'm not imagining. I want to know.
There's like a 20.
Well, Saturday
There's
Night
like
Main
a
Event has
20-minute
3
gap.
matches on it.
There's like a
all
20-minute
in
gap.
Texas has like 15
The full card.
to 18
It's like a full
matches.
night of wrestling.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
One is
20-minute
free.
gap.
One is free on regular TV, right?
I
Well,
believe
yep,
it's going
yep.
to be broadcast on NPC.
NBC.
Will you answer my goddamn question, Larry? The wrestling minds, the chat, everybody who respects you as a Hall of Famer needs to know, what do you think is going to happen in Gunther versus fucking Goldberg, dude? Close your eyes. Use your third eye.
Based on the nature of the global. I'm not even going to say economy. I'm just going to say global. Gunther crushes him. White power.
All right, so
Free.
Gunther...
Do you understand? Free. You need to get this message out to as many people as we need to. Free.
kills
White
the
power.
Jew.
Yes.
Oh, they're not going to do the killing him. The Jew's going to win, I think.
He's gonna. That's what I expect as well. I think Gunther crushes Goldberg. Maybe you get a Goldberg spear, jackhammer, and a kick out, and then it's maybe 45 more seconds. But Gunther kills the Jew. That's
In front of his
what I
son?
take.
Kills the Jew in front of his son?
In front of his son. Yeah. And then maybe in the end, let's get the heat back. Son spears Nazi. And maybe we get a little heat back. We get a nice happy ending. But Goldberg gets decimated. Brian.
Decimated?
I feel like everybody forgot. Goldberg is Jewish. And
Goldberg is
Gunther's
Jewish, but-
from Austria.
Who's wunderbar?
Got the other Nazi playing Americano. So, Brian, what do you think happens? Gunther versus Goldberg.
See, I want Gunther to win. But I think that Goldberg is gonna beat Gunther for
Wow.
his son. His son's gonna be like sitting in the front row, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Right.
No, because then what happens? Then he has to have another match to defend.
He's gonna retire as champ.
No, they would never. They would
There's
never
only
do
one
Bret
real
Hart like
champion.
that. They would never do Bret like that.
There's only one real champion.
They can't do Bret like that.
They're
Right, so
gonna
what
do
do you
it.
think's
They're
gonna
gonna do
happen?
it. They're gonna do that, and then Bret is gonna hate Goldberg even more.
He's
I've been
gonna-
waiting
he's
for
gonna
this.
kill him. He's gonna go to his house and kill him.
I've been waiting for this, and this is my synopsis of what's going to happen. They got to make Goldberg look like he's something, so they're going to do a lockup. They're going to do a collar and elbow lockup, right, to see if Goldberg still got some power. And then
Look at that.
he's
Look
gonna,
at that.
and then Walter, the old Walter's going to come out, and he's going to chop the fucking shit out of Goldberg. And then Goldberg's going to go off the ropes for a spear, and in dedication to Bret Hart, there's going to be a fucking capo
He's gonna kick him.
right to the
Goldberg's gonna get kicked in the head.
And then it's going to be a power bomb, and then white power.
That would be so. That's so fucking cool, dude.
Shut this door on Goldberg.
Yeah, you're right. That's the correct answer.
Capo kick to the mush.
All right, real quick.
Dedication of Bret Hart. In the dedication of Bret Hart, Patrick, and the goddamn track is Elizabeth.
Kicks him right in the head, ends his career.
Oh, bitch. Bret Hart.
Goldberg kicks out of whatever. Off
Yo,
the ropes,
Hunter
goes.
would probably do that. Hunter would probably be like, yeah. This shit is like fucking like everybody's
Hold on.
Hold
on,
Goldberg finally.
This is what Triple H is thinking, Patrick.
Feels redemption.
You remember when Sting showed up? I'm going to do that to Goldberg.
No, I have a better.
Yes.
I have a more positive
Yes.
outlook on it. I think that Goldberg knows the only way to end his own career is to get kicked in the head as an homage and a piece of respect. He goes, look, now we're friends, now we're brothers. I got kicked too. I did that for you, Brett. I'm sorry, Brett. I made the last match of my career.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I love you. I made the last match of my career about me getting kicked in the head, just like you. Made my whole career about it because I'm sorry. There's no other way that I know how to apologize.
Bless Canada.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
real quick. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. Do we care?
No.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Because I don't care about LA Knight, but this is something for him to do to like build Seth up. I feel like this is something for him to do that's not like I'm for the belt, but to build Seth up. Even though Seth has been built up like 12 times already now.
Yeah, and I kind of hate it right now. Listen, we're talking about Gunther versus Goldberg. Okay, I'm all in on that. Talking about how Cody is going for John Cena now for the second time versus SummerSlam. I'm kind of into that. But Randy versus Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins with the case and his new fucking... Rhinestone, you called it. You called it. You said the faction sucked. And I agree. LA Knight, boring. Seth Rollins and his crew, boring. Randy Orton, boring. Drew McIntyre, boring.
Yeah, they suck. It's trash. They should have brought in Karrion Kross.
I forgot that he was with Akam and Razor. At one point, Seth was with Akam and Razor. That's all
They
this is
always
again.
give him a little faction.
You know who else was with Akam and Razor? Karrion fucking Kross. That's who I care about.
Well, did you see this
Fuck
clip?
you, Patrick.
Did you see this clip that fans apparently waited for him outside of the arena to chant, "We want Cross"? It was probably all his fucking wife's Patreon people.
Stop it, Patrick. Stop. He's doing what he's
This is
supposed
a
to.
marketing campaign.
Well, whatever. Crippler crossface, right there. Crippler crossface.
You know what I'm
Gunther's-
most excited for Saturday Night Main Event? I need to see Jesse Ventura do all three of these matches.
I hope he walks the shit out of fucking Goldberg on
Oh!
commentary.
I just can't wait to hear what
Look
side
at this.
of the aisle he lands on. He's a crazy man. He's a crazy, undead man.
I mean, Jesse forgot how a cage fucking match works, so he's priceless right now.
Brian, what are you looking
He
for?
went out the door. What
Yeah.
the fuck he go out the door for? You don't go out the door.
Not the good guy. Not the good guy. The good guy doesn't go out the door. The good guy climbs over top because they've got it. The
Yeah, what
bad
the
guy
fuck?
goes out the door.
What else are we looking forward to? What else do we care about?
I'm gonna watch. I'm definitely looking forward to Goldberg versus Gunther.
Bret Hart
Listen,
tribute.
it's simple math. What about Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné?
What about Evolution getting like 2 weeks build?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about that
That's
shit.
Sunday. That's on Sunday, the day after.
So apparently there's been a big backlash. Like WWE just kind of like added Evolution to like be like, hey, AEW, you don't got no chance in hell. You don't got no chance in hell. And actually it's kind of like people are like, yo, y'all didn't even do shit for the broads. And
They
are
never
you really
have.
doing this? You know, are you really doing this for the broads, or are you doing this
You want
just
to
to be
take?
like,
You want to talk Evolution? I have the card right here.
let's go,
Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the championship.
love it.
So
Jordan
Like it.
Grace versus this chick, the NXT Women's Championship.
Gold Rock?
Jacqueline something.
Okay,
Oh, nobody cares.
I love Jordan. I love that she's from Impact.
Charlotte
What else?
Flair and Alexa Bliss
here.
versus fucking
Come here.
Roxanne Perez and Raquel in a 4-way for the thing. The tag team thing. There's a 20-woman battle royal to see something.
Is
Oh,
Trish there?
What?
Will Trish be there? Trish! Fellow Sagittarius born on the same day as Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is Trish going to be there?
I feel like Trish is involved in the 20-woman Evolution Battle Royal to see who goes on to SummerSlam to fight for a thing.
Dude, that's an easy 10 grand for her. Probably now that TKO owns it 50. That's probably an easy 50 grand for her just to do that stupid shit. And she's like, sure.
All right, the rest of AEW All In, Texas. Okada versus Omega. Unified Championship. The Continental and the International. You don't know about the Continental, though. The Continental was the International, and it was something else. And then they had a tournament. They had a best out of tournament. Fucking, like, everybody fights everybody. It's one of these grids with the X's and the Y's and the zeros and the ones. And then Eddie Kingston, he unified the Ring of Honor Championship, the Continental Championship, and then the International Championship. And he put it on the line every single time. And then somebody won it. But then they split it up again. And now all of a sudden, Kenny Omega is the international champion, and Okada is the continental champion, and they're going to have a match.
In Texas.
In Texas, 2017 be damned.
What city, Pat? Where in Texas is or Icarus or Gins? Where in Texas is it?
San Antonio, isn't it?
Arlington, Texas.
Arlington.
At the Texas Rangers ballpark baseball stadium.
Oh, shit.
Did Larry fall over?
Shit. Oh, shit.
Arlington.
Isn't there KKK shit down there? Isn't there KKK shit down there?
Yeah.
You also have the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey.
You know what? The Hurt Business should do? They should bring ACH out. Remember Jordan Miles, who got the Jigaboo shirt made for him by Triple H? They should They
not a
should
bad
bring out,
idea.
dude. It's Texas.
And they should kill Mike Bailey, who's the whitest man to ever have lived on planet Earth
Exactly.
in history.
And Jordan Miles, even though he's actually like a white black man, his skin is very dark. So he'll go right with the narrative of like, we hurt people. We hurt people. And they should bring Jordan Miles, aka Albert Charles Hardy, back. Because I miss him and I want him to be good.
Executive Vice President match. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. Will Swerve and Ospreay win this match and become the on-camera and in-story commissioners and vice presidentes of AEW? And follow-up, do we give a fuck?
Somebody else.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As a contrarian, because I know you guys don't care, I'm gonna watch this very, very closely. I'm gonna watch this entire pay-per-view. I am making a promise right here to the viewers for next week and to you three gentlemen that I'm gonna watch all 5 to 6 hours of AEW All In Arlington, Texas.
Arling.
And you guys can tell me what happens with Goldberg, and I'm sure I'll see the clips online. But I'm going to be locked into this. Mark Briscoe and MJF are number 1 and 2 in the men's casino. This is the poker chip gimmick. This is the Money in the Bank. And then you have a women's. It's all about Hangman's redemption story. I'm very excited. Anything else? Final thoughts?
Hold on. I just want to say I love AEW because I see Max, because I see Swerve, because I see Mox, because I see Air Fox, because I see all of these CZW motherfuckers. And keep in mind, I'm a CZW Hall of Famer. To all of the GCW talk that there is out there, to all of the things that GCW is doing all 50 states and catching up. I'm a CZW Hall of Famer, and I rep AEW because all of the motherfuckers that I kind of came up with and that I gave goosebumps to be able to eventually be Swerve and be, whatever, or continue what they were doing in 2300 Arena. Yo, I love that. As much as I love seeing a Jeff Cobb in WWE, a Jacob Fatu, what up, Oos in WWE. As much as I love seeing that, I love seeing the inverse of that. And that is the Coke in the Pepsi. That is the Coke in the Pepsi of the biz.
It's the Coke and the Pepsi. Brian?
I'm going to be locked in to the Goldberg versus Gunther.
So wait, can I not watch these things together? Are they making me choose one? Is that what you're saying?
Can watch
No,
live?
because you have to. Because you can watch this fucking WWE shit also on Peacock. It's also going to be on Peacock.
I have it.
Right. So I'm probably not going to pay to see All In. I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah. Next day, you go to the cock, and then you go next day.
Well, we go to WWE.ae. You know what we do. Come on, we go to watchwrestling.ae. You know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Anyway.
And I don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Rhinestone's mother. Shout out to Larry's mother.
And Larry and Lars and
shout out
Pat
to Brian's mother.
Mom. Brian's mom.
Shout out to my own mother as well.
All the moms. They made us.
You guys
they made
so
us.
much. And to the mothers of our enemies, go ahead and die slow. If you want to win next week's giveaway, hey, here's a headline. Did you hear that Paige had sex in a zoo? Comment on this video, the weirdest place you've had sex in a zoo. And talk to us next week about all things wrestling.
Pat.
Yeah. Yes, Larry.
You didn't say shit about Little Sicko 2 weeks in a row. You didn't say nothing about Little Sicko 2 weeks in a row, and you said it in text.
What should I
You were
be
like,
saying
"Bro,
about him?
I mean, just say he's doing it. Just say his
He's
name.
doing
We
it.
didn't say
And once
nothing about it,
again,
bro.
Little Sicko is doing it. So his mom's safe from my criticism.
And you text
Alex
us
gets
and you were
shown the
like,
documentary.
I forgot.
Sorry, I
He's
got
doing it.
wasted
He's
a
doing
few
it.
weeks ago and suggested that your body type would, make you Nazi. Anyway, until next time.
It's 8:59.
Larry, will you have the floor, my dude? What are you watching? What are you doing? What are you drinking? What are you living?
I'm living
40
the
seconds.
dream. I'm living the dream, just to bring it back to where we started. I'm living the dream. Life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat. And I'm here for y'all. Brian, I love your hair. I love your fucking hair.
It's growing. Trying to grow.
All right,
yours.
Pat, do it now.
All right. Everybody with hair can also go get fucked
You don't have
I
hair?
missed mine.
on
I missed
behalf of Larry Legend, Begins, and the Rhinestone Cowboy. I'm BK with the Blvd Bullies. Die slow. Out of time. Bye-bye. Ooh, I'm so sad that I muted you when you said that. Anyway, bye-bye. I missed it. Yeah, no slap fight, everything else is down. Hey, I talked about July 4th. I tried to. Bye-bye.
I'm so cursed when you burn in hell forever.
All Leos. Hold on. I'm saying, bro, they're like, now you're over in LA with your mom, your dead mom's money, and you're like, I'm doing something. You're like,
Thank you.